Hello once again, thank you for watching the Sewing Doctor in New York. This time I have a Brother SE-2000. Two issues with this machine. First, it has an E1, which I have a video already on working on the E1. I have explained you many times, and the video actually has a lot of views on the E1 era, which is the one for the foot lifting mechanism. When the foot is down and the machine wants to work and the foot says, no, I'm down, I can't work right now. So that's something that I have a video. I'm not gonna go over it now. The second one is the bobbin wind. Every time the customer trying to wind the bobbin is not working, and that's a problem, because you need to have a bobbin filled sometimes when you need to change a color and this and that, and this is what's happening. So right now I'm going to open up the machine and check inside, see what's going on. Once I check and see what's going on, I don't know, it's not turning. So there could be, it could be that the ring is damaged. It could be that the actually bobbin winder motor is dead. It could be that broken. I don't know what it is. So I'm going to open up the machine now. Once I open it up, then I will go inside and check and see what it is. I will show you exactly, what's happening, and then we go from there. Sometimes it gets a little crazy because I'm working, this is a CE-2000 machine. It's nothing fancy, but the actually bobbin winder, that ring that goes here, it eat it up completely. I've been spending now maybe a long time trying to get all, this was left over from that ring. Supposed to have a ring like that, and it just went completely off. And you can see, I'm still working on the actually bobbin winder now to get it fixed. And the machine indeed had a E1. I got that one fixed, which is, this is the control that when you lift it up, it activates it. So, that got fixed. But also had a problem with the bobbin winder, and this is so frozen inside that I can't take it out. So I will probably have to work something around to see how I'm gonna get these completely free, because right now the machine, as you can see here, I clean a little bit, still has a lot of it, that black rubber kind of inside. You can see it looks like these melt completely. This is a new one, so whatever was left over here, it's gone. All I have is just the ring. So that looks like it melt and just dip into the machine all the way, everywhere here, everywhere. It's pieces of rubber melting to it. So now everything is dried and completely kind of a gluey thing. I can't get these to turn. So, I'm probably have to check this and see what I could do, because, I don't want to just replace the whole bobbin winder just because the rubber was damaged. So I'm going to work into it and see, work our way around, get it freed, and see if we could get this, to save the machine. Also the customer spending extra money on a bobbin winder that might not need it. So, trying to get it fixed. This is a new ring. I have the rings. But, from here to whatever you see, it's whatever is left over. There was supposed to be a ring like that in here, but it completely melt. So, I'm going to see if I could get this one up and running and, put everything back together. But it's a little, complicated, Here's the bobbin winder. Like I said, I had to do everything, like readjust it, because it's not the rubber was completely damaged and everything. So I put everything back in there, and then so it's working fine. I'm gonna put back the machine together. This is something that sometimes it takes time, almost 2 hours trying to get these completely free. Like I said before, was completely jammed up, and what happened, that rubber for some reason melted so bad that it got into the whole mechanism inside. But everything is back in normal, everything back in shape. So I'm just gonna put everything together, call the customer, and machine is working fine now. Hopefully everything will stay the same, and machine continue working fine, and we just made another happy customer. Okay, here's the SE-2000 computer machine that I was working on. The bobbin winder was damaged. Stitching is perfect. Everything's working fine. I'm gonna make now stitch number 4, which is the zigzag, just to check on. Look at that, perfect. Good, everything is good. The machine has now been completed. All the stitches are fine. Bobbin winder is working fine. Everything is good. Another happy customer. Now the brother SE-2000 has been completed. Everything is finished. The bobbin winder, which is the main issue, now they actually E1 because that's something easy to do. But you know, the problem was that bobbin winder melt, that rubber, the ring on the bobbin winder melt, and it got all glued into the machine. So it took me a little bit of time, maybe hour, 45 minutes to get that completely free. Otherwise, you know, I'd have to replace the bobbin winder, take a new bobbin winder, put it in. But you know, I mean, there was no need for that. I'd rather get that one fixed because this is the original one, even though the parts that I get from brother are original. This is the one that actually came with the machine. So, you know, I have the rubbers, I replace it, and now the customer will get a machine back in perfectly working order like always. Thank you for watching the Sewing Doctor. Bye-bye.